who had crafted them over the past year. Each autumn brought a slew of commissions for the numerous summer festivals in which the dancers would perform. As she tried to commit any improvements she would make to memory, there was an urgent tug at her elbow. "We're a girl down!" Carmela's sister Piera was flushed with panic. It made her look wirier than she was already. "What?" "Ripped her ankle, you're on!" "Nonsense!" "Here's her costume," Piera said, shoving a mass of colour in front of Carmela. With that, she grabbed Carmela's arm and dragged her down into the warren of darkened streets in a frantic search for an abandoned doorway to change in. "This is ridiculous!" Carmela cried out, trying to catch her breath. Piera cut a sudden turn downhill, passing their Zio Raimondo's shoe shop. Then she jerked to a halt beneath the arches of the old Spanish house, a high-walled, diminutive fortress left by the 16th century Spaniard invaders her islanders were so proud of. "Just ask one of the Nugedu girls," Carmela said, trying to fight off her sister's quick hands scrambling over the buttons on the back of her dress. "I'm not asking any of those trollops from the next town." "Then tell the dancer's partner to sit it out too, for goodness sake," Carmela snapped, quickly reaching to catch her own dress as it fell over her slip towards the cobbles. "Piera!" she gasped, seizing her sister's hands. "Have you lost your mind?" "I let you out of my sight for 2 seconds, and you're down an alley getting undressed," a voice called out. The spidery silhouette of Carmela's fiancé, Franco, crept round the corner. She yanked her dress up high over her front, covering as much of her body as she could, though the warm night air still brushed over her bare shoulders. "Perhaps you can knock some sense into my sister," Carmela cried. "Impossible," Franco replied. "She won't let any man in spitting distance." He leaned against the wall of the house that flanked the steps. Piera didn't mirror his grin. "Carmela's got 2 minutes to save us from disaster," she huffed, stuffing Carmela's feet into the black underskirt and yanking it up. "Turn around," Piera ordered, spinning her to face the wall, throwing a blouse over her head and beginning to squeeze her into the bodice. "This dancer is half my size," Carmela muttered. "Not everyone's been blessed with your curves. Take this shawl," Piera replied, throwing it over Carmela's shoulders and knotting it at the base of her back. "It'll hide the gap at the back." Franco stood watching. Carmela felt her cheeks flush. Piera whipped a scarf around Carmela's head and began fastening it at the back of her neck. Franco looked her up and down. "I've never liked those old-fashioned head things till now." He sauntered down the last few steps and planted his lips on Carmela's before she could brush him off. "Franco," she said, smoothing the embroidered apron Piera was wrapping around her so it would lie as well as it might. "Piera's almost my sister-in-law. Not the last time she'll see me kiss you." "Not if I can help it," Piera piped from the hem of Carmela's skirt where she crouched down to pick it out from under her square heels. Franco smirked. "Tomboys make fine spinsters, Pierre." "That's enough, you two," Carmela said, feeling the heat of embarrassment and increasing nerves. "Franco! Vieni subito!" a voice called. The 3 looked up toward the steps. "Cristiano?" Franco yelled up to his cousin as he came panting down towards them. Franco pulled away from Carmela. "What in God's name?" Cristiano stood, breathless and giddy with liquor. "You must come! The boys have got the Americans in a drinking competition. We'll lose if you're not there." Carmela willed Cristiano's eyes to turn themselves away from her body. Franco gave him a shove. "Where's your manners, you cretin? That's how you look at my fiancé?" Carmela winced. She felt like a gormless mannequin wearing the wrong clothes. "Come on, you imbecile," Franco said, giving his cousin a kick as they set off. "You watch this, Carmela," he called back with the malevolent bristle of an adolescent. "We'll show those GIs what Sardinians are made of." With that, they bounded around the corner to inebriation. Before Carmela could take a breath, Piera grabbed her wrist and led her in a gallop back up through the alleys. Their footsteps ricocheted off the thick walls of the houses which huddled along the vicoli barely wide enough for a loaded donkey. They reached